Welcome to my channel, Chic and Savvy, where we talk about all things relating to planning and budgeting. My name is Carissa, and today we will be doing my budget for week 1 of June. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. So I'm going to go into our June section, and we are budgeting for our first paycheck of June. So let's go ahead and get our sheets. So we're gonna need our paycheck planner sheet and our cash envelope breakdown. Perfect. So let me scoot this up a little bit. There we go. So we already have our calendar and our budget overview filled out. And we are going to be budgeting for that first paycheck. So it was my husband's paycheck on the 6th. And we are budgeting for $12.50. So let's go ahead and write that here. Perfect. So our first paycheck is in this lighter brown color, and so it says payday right here. And I got these translucent stickers from the Aesthetic Dollar, and I'm liking them so far, so I put them here. So anything in this light brown color, so here, and here, we are going to use this paycheck to pay those bills. So this one, it was on the 1st, but I do have some flexibility with paying it, so that's why we're able to use this paycheck. And this is an automatic bill, so this probably already came out, but we are going to use this paycheck to pay that off. So let's go ahead and check mark our little key here, and then we're going to fill in our paycheck planner sheet. So a fixed expense, if you don't know, it is any bills that are due every single month that are a fixed amount. So that is your rent, your mortgage, your water bill, your electric bill, gas, phone bill, car payment, insurance, anything like that is a fixed expense. Now, debt is also a fixed expense, but I do like to separate that out. So I do have a debt section here. And I do make these sheets myself on Canva. I just found that it's easier for me to make them so that way I can manipulate them how I want. But to start budgeting, you do not need to have sheets. You do not have to buy products. You can start with a paper and a notebook and write out all of your bills and how you want to budget that yourself. That is how I started, and then I changed to an Excel sheet. And I still do use an Excel sheet along with my budget planner just because I'm a little anal like that. But it doesn't matter how you start. It's just as long as you're doing it consistently. So let's go ahead and fill in our fixed expenses. So for this paycheck, we are going to do, UNISA is a debt. Can you guys see that? Hopefully you can. Let me move this over. UNISA is a debt. And so let's put in my husband's Verizon bill. So we do have separate phone plans, and that is because I was already on a phone plan and my phone is almost paid off. I think it's going to be paid off next month. When it is paid off, I might move over to his if it's cheaper. So we'll see how that goes. But his phone plan, we're going to budget $127. And this is a loan, and that is also a loan. And so we have a subscription. And that is $20. So let's get our calculator. So that is all the bills that we have for this paycheck. And that is 127 plus 20. So that is 147. So let's go ahead and do our debt. So for debt, we have UNISA, and that is $195. And then we have my loan, my student loan, and we are gonna budget 50. And we have city. So city we don't actually pay because that is our travel credit card, and we just make payments every week based off of what is in our sinking funds envelope. So when I budget or when I cash stuff in our travel envelope, that money goes towards our city credit card. So I don't budget an amount for that. I just make a payment from what is in that envelope. So let's calculate this. So we have 195 plus 50, and that is 245. Perfect. And now our variable expenses. So variable expenses are expenses that you do have monthly, but they can vary in amount. That is your grocery budget, your gas, your spending money, eating out money, any donations that you make, stuff like that would be a variable expense. So for us, we do pay my parents every week, and we give them $250. We do give both of our moms money, and that is $50. And we are going to be budgeting for household this paycheck. And so for household, we're gonna do 50, and that's just for anything that we need, like shampoo, conditioner, mouthwash, deodorant, stuff like that. And I budget that once a month, so that's gonna be for the month. And then my husband's spending, he gets $30, and my spending gets $30. And then I also have myself, oh, sorry, that is my computer. My self-care gets budgeted once a month as well, and that is 50. Wipe that out. I forgot. I got my, was it a pedicure with my mom? I don't remember, but I don't have to do it for this month. So instead, we are going to do gas. Oh, this is gonna bug me. Let me do it all the way down. So we're gonna do gas, and that gets 50. And then eating out gets 30. Fun times gets 30. Donations gets 5. And my husband's lunch gets 30. So let's go ahead and calculate how much that is. So we have 250, 50, 50, 30, 30, 30, 50, I think I did too many 30s, 35, 30. Okay, so we have 555. Perfect. So now that we have all of our categories down for our budget, we can figure out how much we have left over to put towards savings. So we take our income, oops, subtract out our fixed expenses, our variable expenses, and our debt. So we have 303 left over to use towards savings. Perfect. So we can go ahead and get rid of this. Actually, let's roll really quick for our Saveopoly Savings Challenge. Okay, so last week we were at the railroad for 25. So let's see what we're gonna get. 11. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got $12. So let me write that here. A little bit of a break because we hit some big ones. So we're going to be saving $12 this week. Okay, now we can put this away because we don't need it. So now we can write our savings categories. So like I explained, I don't know if I explained that previously or if it was in my setup video, but me and my husband sat down and looked at our finances and we decided to prioritize some savings goals for the rest of the year. So we are trying to save for a house that we want to purchase at the end of this year. And to do that, we want to pay off as much debt as we can so that way our loan can be the best that it can be as far as the interest rate and how much we have to put down on the house. So our paying off debt is a huge priority, and also having $1,000 in an emergency fund is also our priority. And I'm pretty sure with that we can finish saving that $1,000 by the end of this paycheck. And then after that, most of the money is going to go towards paying off our travel credit card for our trip that we are taking next week, and then paying off as much debt as we can while also saving for the house. So before I would write every single category down, but since our priorities have shifted, we're gonna shift how much we stuff in each envelope. We do want to try to hit every envelope by stuffing something in it for the month, but there are just some priorities that we want to get to first. So for this paycheck, we are going to stuff our checking cushion, and we actually just leave that money in our bank account as just a little cushion in case we need to use it for anything. And we're going to stuff this over. We're gonna stuff our 1 month ahead envelope. Our emergency fund envelope already hit $500, and so I want to have $500 there and then $500 for 1 month away, and then that will equal the $1,000 for our emergency fund. Future home, and then future family, and we're gonna do car maintenance, our savings challenge, Saveopoly, our monthly challenge, and then our new envelope for subscriptions, and then our travel envelope, and another new envelope for my husband's haircuts. So these are the envelopes that we are going to stuff for this paycheck. So for Saveopoly, we rolled 12, so we can take that out. For our checking cushion, I want to do just $5. And then for our savings challenge, we usually just do $10. And then for our monthly challenge, I make that monthly challenge myself, and we have been doing $60 for the entire challenge, but I think I'm going to change it to $50 just so that way I don't feel like I have to complete it, and I do want to complete it. So we're going to go ahead and just do $10 for that. Okay, so for our 1 month ahead, I want to finish putting the $500 in there. So let's see how far away we are. So we're at 315. So that means we need 185, but I'm gonna use our monthly challenge at the end of that month, at the end of June, and put that $50 also in here. So I'm gonna just do, so 185 minus 50, so 135. So 135 plus the 50 will get us to our $500 goal. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do 135. So we have 131 left over. So for future home, we're gonna do 10. Future family, we're gonna do 5. And then car maintenance is gonna get 10. And then subscriptions will do 5. And then my husband's haircuts will do 10. Because for our goal for the haircuts each month is to do 40, because he gets a haircut like every 3 weeks. And he's been doing that, but we've just been like moving money or using money to do that. But I figured since he does it all the time, we might as well just have a sinking funds for it, because that makes the most sense. Did I already subtract the 10? No, I don't think I did. Okay, so we have $91 left. I want to have money left over in our checking account, a good chunk of money, because my husband's paychecks have been fluctuating a little bit. So I don't know if like the $12.50 is a true amount. So let's just do 50 in travel. So that way we have $41 left over, but I want to just keep that in the checking account just in case something happens with his paycheck. So let's go ahead and count this up. So we have 5, 135, 10, 5, 10, 10, 12, 10, 5, 50, 10. So this is 262. Okay, that looks good to me. So we are all done with our budget. So now we can move on to our cash envelope breakdown. So here is where we list all of the categories that we are going to take out in cash, so that way we can cash stuff and take this information to the bank. So I do have some items in my variable expenses that I stuff in my wallet. So that is my spending, eating out, fun times, and donation. So I get $30 to spend with, but I put 20 on my debit card and I do 10 in cash. Eating out's the 30, fun times is 30, and donations is 5. Okay, so we aren't gonna stuff our checking cushion, leave that on our debit card, or move it into a savings account. So we are gonna stuff for 1 month ahead. Future home. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write these down really quick. Future fam, car maintenance, savings, Saveopoly, monthly, subscriptions, travel, and haircuts. Okay, perfect. So 1 month ahead was 135. Future home, so it was 10, 5, 10, 10, 12, 10, 5, 50, and 10. Okay, so we know this is 262 minus the 5, so 257 plus 10, 30, 35. So this should be 332. So that is how much we should be getting from the bank. So now we can do our breakdown. For spending, I like to have a $10 bill. Eating out, let's do a 20 and a 10. Fun times, we'll do the same thing. Donations is a 5. 1 month ahead, we'll do 100, a 20, a 10, and a 5. So that'll be 135. Future home is 10. Future family is 5. Car maintenance is a 10. Savings is a 10. Saveopoly is a 10 and 2 1s. Our monthly is going to be 2 5s because each icon is $5. Subscriptions will be a 5. Travel, we'll do a $50 bill. And then haircuts, we will do a 10. Okay, so now we can put all of those totals down here. So we have 2 1s. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 10s. 1, 2, 3 20s. 150 and 100. So now we need the values. So we have $2 in 1s, $30 in 5s, $90 in 10s, $60 in 20s, $50 in 50s, and $100 in 100s. So the quantity is 2, 8, 17, 20, 21, 22. So that is how many actual bills we're going to have. And then this should equal our total here. So we have 2, 30, 90, 60, 50, and 100. Perfect. All right, so now we can put this on a sticky note. So that way we're going to take this to the bank. So we're going to have $1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. So we need 2, 6, 9, 3, 1, 1. And that is $2, 30, 90, 60, 50, and 100. And then our total is 332. Oops. All right, so we are all good to go. So let's get this organized. Perfect. So that is the amount that we're going to go to the bank and take out. I usually just give my slip to the teller, and because they know me, I've been there, I go to the same one and they just get the denominations for me. But we are all good to go for the week, so that way we can go ahead and stuff our sinking funds and our savings challenges. So thank you all for being by my side throughout this journey, and I can't wait to see where life takes us. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, friends.